Hey Cloverbuds, I'm glad to have you with me again this week. Today we're going to be talking about how to make healthy choices. Let's start with our story. Today we are reading Jack and the Hungry Giant. Late one afternoon, Jack got into big trouble. Why did you trade our lovely cow for these silly beans? He had to go to bed early. When Jack woke up the next morning, he heard a strange rustling noise. It was coming from a huge beanstalk that was growing up into the sky. Jack started climbing higher and higher and higher. Jack came to a big house. Actually, it was a giant house. When nobody answered the door, he squeezed underneath it. That was a bad idea. I wonder why it was a bad idea. Do you see that kitty? Jack tried to hide, then had to dive into a boot. Jack squinched as far down as he could. Then he heard the front door opening. A giant picked up the boot, stared at Jack, and said, "I'm hungry." The giant had a huge knife. With a daring leap, Jack tried to escape. The giant grabbed him and said, "Be careful, my tiny friend. Are you hungry too? Let's have a healthy meal. I'm Waldorf. What's your name?" Jack. Jack was really nervous at first, right? But then Waldorf starts talking about making them both a nice snack. "Tell me, Jack, what are your favorite vegetables? Squash, peas, turnips?" All of these delicious looking vegetables. See, we have some celery here and tomatoes and corn. There's a radish up there. Waldorf is cutting a carrot. There's some potatoes and a cucumber, onions, mushrooms, broccoli and eggplant, some lettuce and some peppers. "Thanks for fixing the fruit salad, Jack." "You're welcome, Waldorf." So Jack is working on fixing a fruit salad. We've got some raisins, an apple, a pear, a lime, some fruit juice, banana, a lemon, some blueberries. Looks like the kitty likes the watermelon. We have many grains to choose from. So on our grains, we've got some popcorn and a whole grain waffle, some couscous, brown rice, rye bread, some oatmeal. Did you know that was a grain? We've got some pasta in lots of different shapes. Now let's choose our protein foods such as nuts, seeds, beans, seafood, meat, or poultry. We've got black beans and some pecans. Those are delicious. There's some peanuts, which we kind of have to be careful about if we're allergic to nuts, right? But then over here we've got some seafood, got some salmon and some shrimp. There's some more beans up here. And then you've got like some ham and ground beef, some turkey, and some lamb. And then you've also got eggs and chicken. Poultry meats are the birds that people eat, such as chicken and turkey. See, Jack's telling that to the cat. The cat thinks that that looks delicious too. We'll have some dairy foods too. Waldorf is gonna chop and pour and stir. So let's look at our dairy foods. We've got some cheese and some milk up here. There's some mozzarella cheese and some cottage cheese, okay? And some cheddar cheese and some Swiss cheese. It all looks really, really delicious, right? Waldorf's wife, Sophia, came home just in time to eat. Hello. Hello, darling. Grab a plate. Hi, says Jack. Okay, so here is Sophia and Waldorf, and Jack's right there. He's really tiny, right? So, it's healthy to fill half your plate with fruits and vegetables. Right, says Waldorf. The other half has grains and protein foods. So you can see our plate here. There's a little line right down the middle, and half of it is fruits and vegetables. And then the other half is divided into two sections, and you've got your grains and proteins down there. Help yourself to a serving of dairy too. That sounds good to me, Sophia, Jack says. So she's got herself a glass of milk to go with her plate, as does Jack. Let's get some exercise later. We could toss boulders. We could play swamp tag. I know an excellent exercise, Jack says. Climbing. Bye, guys. Thanks again for the great grub, and see you soon. So they're talking about the exercises that giants would like to do. And Jack says that he's going to climb down the beanstalk for his exercise. Waldorf's tips for healthy eating. Fill half your plate with fruits and vegetables. Okay. Make half of your grain servings every day whole grains. So like wheat bread or whole wheat pasta, okay, or oatmeal. Eat a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. So vegetables come in lots of different colors. You can have some purples and yellows, greens, orange. So there's lots of different colors. So when you say eat the rainbow, that's what we're talking about. Eat a variety of protein foods. So you can have eggs, you can use beans or peas, you can use any kind of meat that would have some protein in it. And then always make sure that you're getting dairy because it has some very important stuff in it called calcium. And then always make sure that you have fewer foods with empty calories. So added sugars have a lot of calories, but they don't have the vitamins and minerals that we need to stay healthy. So things like syrup and candy, soda, And then fried foods like French fries and donuts, they have lots of calories. And then really processed meats like hot dogs, those don't have as many nutrients as whole foods do. And then always make sure that you're getting plenty of exercise. So we should be trying to be active for at least 30 minutes a day. So if you take a walk or ride your bike, or go outside and play with your dog, those are all great ways to get exercise. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our next activity. Let's talk about some ways that we can make some of our favorite meals a little bit healthier. What can we add to pancakes to make them a little bit healthier? You can add berries, nuts, or bananas. What about a sandwich? What could we add to a sandwich to make it a little bit healthier? That's right, lettuce, tomato, peppers, pickles, cucumbers, lots of different vegetables. What about pasta? What could we add to pasta to make it a healthier dish? You can add zucchini, tomatoes, broccoli, spinach, or any other fresh vegetables. Remember to try and eat a rainbow every day. Now let's watch while Miss Candace, Coweta County's Family and Consumer Science Agent, makes a healthy snack. Thanks for joining me this week on Clover Buds, and I can't wait to see you again next week.